So, if you've ever found yourself deep diving into real estate apps, you definitely know the big names. But behind those familiar logos, there's a huge battle brewing that could completely change how we all search for a home. A new challenger just made a move so massive, it's redrawing the entire map. The whole industry was put on notice when the brokerage Compass went and acquired Anywhere Real Estate. Now, this wasn't just another merger. Nope. This created a company of a size and scale the market has literally never seen before. And with that kind of size comes some serious ambition. Okay, so why should you care about some big corporate deal? Well, because the strategy this new giant is about to unleash could fundamentally break the online housing market as we know it. I mean, the days of seeing every single available home on your favorite website, those could be numbered. Let's get into it. First, to really get the threat here, we have to understand the sheer scale of what was just created. This isn't just a bigger company joining the fight. It's a whole new beast, a true monolith in the real estate world. Think about it. By mashing these two powerhouses together, the new Compass entity controls a massive slice of the real estate market. This gives them an incredible amount of leverage over the single most valuable thing in real estate, the listings themselves. And as we're about to see, they have a very clear plan for how to use that power. So, what does a company this huge do with all that influence? They don't just sit on it, that's for sure. Compass has this clear, super aggressive strategy they call their North Star. And let me tell you, its light is aimed right at the heart of the online real estate game. And look, there's no mystery here. The Compass CEO, Robert Refkin, he laid out the goal with crystal clarity. He wants you, the consumer, to believe that Compass.com has more inventory than any other website, making it the one place you have to go. The key to making that happen? A very special kind of inventory. And this right here is their secret weapon, private listings. You could think of these as pocket listings or off-market deals. Basically, they are homes for sale that you can only see if you're plugged into the Compass network. By controlling a ton of these exclusive listings, Compass can say, hey, if you're not searching on our site, you're not seeing everything. It is a massive advantage. So the crucial part is how this strategy hits on two fronts. First, they pull in homebuyers, you, by offering up homes you just can't find on Zillow or Redfin. Then, second, they go after other real estate agents, saying, hey, you want access to our exclusive inventory for your clients? You got to join us. It's a super powerful incentive that could literally drain the talent from their competitors. Now, this whole two-pronged attack, it's not happening in a vacuum. Compass is marching onto a battlefield that was already red hot, a fight that industry analysts have been calling the Portal Wars. You know these names, right? For years, it's been Zillow, CoStar's Homes.com, and Redfin. They're the titans, constantly battling for your clicks and for the loyalty of agents. They are the established powers, each with their own way of doing things. But Compass's whole exclusive inventory play, that's a new weapon they're all about to face. This aggressive new strategy doesn't just add one more player to the game. It completely changes the rules. It creates this fascinating dynamic with some clear potential winners and some pretty clear losers. And where you land really depends on your core business philosophy. And here it is, the fundamental split. You've got Zillow and Redfin. Their whole model is built on getting all the listings and then sending leads to buyers' agents. They've been very publicly against the idea of private listings. Then, on the other side, you have CoStar's Homes.com. Their entire philosophy is your listing, your lead. They are all for keeping listings exclusive to the agent, which, well, that aligns perfectly with what Compass is doing. This quote from an industry analyst at KBW, man, it just perfectly sums up the tough spot one of the biggest players is in right now. By taking such a public, hardline stance against private listings, Zillow is now in a really difficult position. I mean, how do you fight a giant whose main weapon is the very thing you've said is bad for the industry? Yeah, because of that philosophical alignment we just talked about, a lot of analysts think CoStar is in the best position to come out on top here. Their pro-agent, pro-exclusive model makes them a natural ally for Compass. People are even talking about a potential partnership between Compass and Homes.com down the line. All right, so let's bring all this together. What does this high-stakes game of corporate chess actually mean for the future of how we find a home? And more importantly, what does it all mean for you? This is the key phrase analysts keep using, a meaningful fragmentation of inventory. What does that mean? Well, the era where all the listings were just out there, available on every single website, that might be over. Instead, the market could split into these walled gardens, where to see every available home, you have to check a bunch of different competing places. So the bottom line is this. Your simple one-app home search could get a lot more complicated. You might have to check Compass.com and Homes.com and Zillow just to make sure you're not missing a great house. And maybe even more important, the agent you hire suddenly matters a whole lot more. Because if your agent isn't with Compass, you might literally be locked out of seeing their exclusive listings. And that leaves us with the ultimate question that's going to define the next chapter of real estate. For years, the whole game was about traffic. Who could get the most eyeballs on their site? But Compass is making a huge bet that the future belongs not to the portal with the most clicks, but to the one holding the most keys. It's a fundamental challenge to how things have always been done, and the outcome is going to reshape how every single one of us finds our next home.